Hello there. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Thursday, we made it. Slept in a little bit today, but we've more or less scraped ourselves together. Hello, everybody. Farmer the Nat Pagel Lunkers in Wad. Interesting time out there trying to get the land shark and all that. Oh, yeah, those are something. Arisoon, thank you very much for the 53-month resub for the decor. What decor are we working today? I have, at least for the moment, popped my priest out to Draenor. I don't think this is the chapter I need. To be honest, I need the Exarch's Call chapter, which I have a feeling is not this one. But I've just been working on Garrison campaign chapters anyways, because I figure it's not gonna double me up, so I may as well if I do it every week. Eventually I'll get to the one that I need. So, popping through that. These aren't too bad. I think today might be a mix of crafting and maybe I'll suck it up and do some class hall questing. Also, my work orders got filled, so 3 of the things that we farmed up mats for yesterday are good to go here. We can learn our last engineering items. I think this finishes me out. I think this wraps it up for engineering specifically. Yeah, engineering is all green, so just working through leatherworking, which also is going to be kind of a quest thing. We have Legion leatherworking quests we can try and do. And then at the very end of all things shall be blacksmithing, followed by this thing with its 8 lotuses. But that might be a little bit of a later read problem. Silver Stitcher, thank you very much for the 46-month resub. Thank you. Appreciate it very, very much. Can I punt the sun? It shone directly into my eyeball. Didn't like it. I think you can do that once. Decor out here making me realize we didn't do as many quests in past expansions as we thought. It's done an excellent job for me of highlighting exactly how much I've neglected the Horde. Because, you know, up until somewhat recently, it seemed like a reasonable thing to do. The game kind of expected you to pick a side, and now if you haven't been playing both sides this whole time, they're like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean didn't do this? I'd be a son of a gnome. No, that's me. Glad to see you hoping for rescue. All right, we're gonna get you out here, buddy. Yeah, I want get this just kind of out of the way. Maybe we'll pick a class. I think we should work on Legion leatherworking, though, because that's going to be questing by itself. And I can kind of... The guide wants me to do all of the quests, and I remember when it came to jewel crafting that was necessary. We'll have to see how expensive Legion leather even is, if it's something that's going to be super expensive to... if it's going to be super expensive. I think I actually did that math last time. I think that I may have pulled up a calculator for that and decided that it is... Was it... I was doing a bunch of different leatherworking yesterday. I calculated roughly, you know, squinty math, like 15K to make it, or just for the leather to make everything. But then like, or maybe it was 12K to make everything and 15K to buy it, but it might have been a different thing. This dish is called Toasted Roach Crunchies. And I'm not ready to deal with that yet. That mount entrance, sick AF. Yeah, I like these. They remind me of when in Dragonflight, when we first got our dragon riding mounts, and they had like kind of the cool swoop in from behind entrance. But those ones came in from like directly behind you, and I was always thinking that somebody was following me. It was beginning to make me quite paranoid. And somebody was like after all of my fishing pools or something. It has protein. I do not know if the Vision Revisited mount achievements go away with pre-patch. That's a good question. What do they say? Any clues? Visions Revisited? Just the horrific vision stuff. Is there a time limit on them? Do they need you to do them while they're current? I don't remember. Hello. Bonjour. Hola. Hello. Good morning or afternoon or evening. It's nice to be out here. I'm gonna need to at some point dig deeper into Wad Horde questing in a different character and get caught up. There's a few pieces of decor that are tied to the garrison. I wonder if I'll... It's probably not that bad. It's just I'm gonna end up doing some questing that I didn't need to do, I bet. Multilingual now. Congratulations. Anybody else know if the horrific vision stuff is the achievements are going away with the pre-patch or not? Now is a good time to do them regardless, because even if they're not, the squish is going to potentially complicate them, even if they do remain available. So I would encourage haste. Dagger, mace. These things are not what I'm doing. We're trying to get Owen's stuff. These guys have their own problems. When is the squish? It would be with pre-patch. It would be with pre-patch. So Tuesday-ish? Still need Stormwind thinking. Do you think we will feel more powerful or less powerful? Usually less. Normally squishes, especially at this stage between expansions, tend to make us feel less powerful. Because they're kind of like... Right now, we have 3 patches worth of massive item level gains over all of this content. So we feel kind of like end of X-Pack strong, but we're about to feel just kind of like, I don't know, leveling strong, which is not as dramatic. Often endgame content can get kind of weirdly hard again after they do a squish. It's not unheard of. That's true too. You won't have full talent points. Things are often they're kind of wonky and they sometimes feel bad. Yes, they sometimes feel bad until kind of you get through leveling in the next expansion, and sometimes even until you get a little bit more gear. Sell any unwanted gear. Squish affects the price. My gnomes are sad now. Yeah, it'll be all right eventually, but it's gonna be a bit weird for a while. Owen's mace. It's around here somewhere. Maybe it's upstairs. Maybe it's back where I was. Current plans to not log in for at least 48 hours after the pre-patch drops, just to let things settle. That's a good plan. My fingers are cold. We're just gonna sit on this ramp. We're gonna have some coffee for a second. Oh, that's nice. Someone on Reddit said it took a couple of minutes to beat Shadowlands raid bosses versus the 30 seconds now with the squish. Yeah, that checks out. There should, at some point, if they haven't already, apply some like bonus scaling to kind of counteract that to some extent, because especially like once we're endgame and midnight, and we will get a lot more powerful when we get to endgame and midnight. Oh, there it is. You should be able to do it. It's just a question of whether or not they'll have that set up properly or not. Do I need to speak with you? Are you relevant, or are you just kind of hanging out here? I don't know if I need to bother with you. I'm gonna not unless told otherwise. He's by the tower though. If I need to go back and find him. I wonder if I need to do this because I need the 800 Apexis crystals. They're gonna come in handy. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna do Laughing Skull Orc Rep. Or just Laughing Skull Ogre. Laughing Skull something. Someone's skull's laughing. I was gonna do that. Having run out of quests, I'm starting to think... Oh no, there's one here. I was gonna say, I'm starting to think I should have talked to that elemental. No, we're fine. Locate friend over here. The things I'm doing for decor are only going to get fiddlier and fiddlier from here on out. I think there's probably still a few things that are vaguely easy to get, but a lot of it is going to be kind of messy. Somewhere to the right. Laughing Skull up right now with time walking tokens. That is a good tip. I think I'm going to try to farm it just because I only need friendly, and I'm so poor for time walking tokens. I should double check and see if there's a mount I can buy this time walking round. Actually, I don't even know if I have the badges. Let's look. I'm like 5 or 6 mounts behind. No. And also, there's one character. I get this error. Oh, I wonder if I killed her. I wonder if I've deleted a character that had time warp badges. Whoops. Maybe I should restore her and fix that at some point. I kept wondering why I was getting that error. I was like, why won't you let me transfer them? It just doesn't make any sense. That why. Right, we only need friendly for the decor. So, and we should be able to farm some mobs for it. But yeah, wand time walking this week. Speaking of time warp badges, maybe I should just, while I'm like doing stuff, let's just queue. Why won't it give me my... It just says, well, I don't know. Just queue for a time walking dungeon. I should do at least one. I owe it to my own mount collection to do at least one of these things. I think if I wait right here, the Shadow Gate will be here when I get back. It looks like it is Auchindoun. I wish they automatically switched your spec. Like if you queue as healer and you're questing in DPS, I wish they just kind of popped you into your healing spec. I guess maybe they do. And for priest, they just don't know which one to do. Maybe for priest, they just don't know if I want to be a holy priest or a disciplined priest because they haven't met me. This dungeon has my favorite soundtrack of the entire game. That's where it used to do that. Maybe it does for other classes. I don't know. It's kind of annoying. But there's lots of RP in the beginning of this one, so I have time to get my mana back. And it's time walking. Who's to say if these people even need healing? What happened to my transmog? I'm in my lumberjack outfit. Getting turned around over here. When I first started farming lumber for different decor, I put a lot of my alts into lumberjack transmogs and then popped on the lumberjack title. Which I think was from what? I want to see this mog. I haven't gone looking at people's mogs in a while. Oh, no, they're gone. Hopefully this doesn't take... Yeah, we'll see. It'll take as long as it takes. I'm only planning to do one. Just for the 500 badges. Because we should. We should. It won't be so bad. My logic is that rip off a band-aid. Do it before you can talk yourself out of it. Maybe today I can get caught up in lots of WoW things that I've been avoiding or putting off. Do some class hall campaign. Do some Legion leatherworking quests maybe. Wowie. I'm starting to feel a little more motivated actually on my last handful of profession decor that I'm farming, just because it is the last handful of them. We're getting closer and closer. 8. 22, 23 more things, give or take. Lumberjacking sees y'all need some healing. I am a lumberjack, and you're okay. I bring band-aids, and I paid attention during the WorkSafe presentation. That's me. Kira is making her opinions heard, yeah. Serenading a guest, yeah. Yeah, she's been doing that. We're gonna get her in this weekend. I'm gonna stream late, most likely. There's a small off chance that I end up canceling it, but I'm gonna try to just stream late on Saturday, so day after tomorrow. We're getting her in to see somebody. See what I can do for her. Wow. Back this way. So yeah, good as time as any to tell you guys I'm gonna be late on Saturday. It was nice that they could get us in relatively shortly, so. She's gonna be so mad at me. She does not care for the carrier or her being catnapped. I think a lot of cats don't. But she seems to believe, and she may have some grounds here, that she's at a stage of her life where she should no longer be subjected to this indignity. She seems to think that she's done this enough, and how dare you kidnap me again. But see what we can do. Yeah, I'm gonna get her. We got her in with a new vet. So I'm gonna get her looked over and see. I think at the very least she needs some pain meds. Even if it's not related to her lungs, because her lungs seem okay to me, but I'm not a vet. But she's a bit arthritic, and she's definitely underweight. She needs a bit of help. She will probably feel better on something. I don't know if that's what the meowing is about, though. She's usually pretty stoic whenever something actually hurts, so the meowing might be more emotional than anything. When we had to move the cats after the apartment fiasco, one of my cats is fighting to get in the carrier. Oh, fighting. Yeah, took me, my fiance, and my mom to get him in because he was throwing his arms and head and body around fighting for his life. Yeah. Oh, that's so stressful, especially during like one of the worst days of your life and just trying to wrangle them. Kiri can do that too. I find the top entry works a little better than the front entry because it's very hard to push a cat forward when they're trying to not go forward. But you can sometimes squish them down. Sorry, kitty cat. I'm talking about your impending abduction. It's lucky for me you don't speak that much English. Although, you've been around me a long time. You might be learning. I was like, dude, just get in. New house declaring her territory? Maybe, but we've lived here since August. And she's definitely she's been meowy, but she's like gotten a lot more chatty. Her speeches have become more impassioned in the last like 4 or 5 days or so. Around? Where'd you go? I lost you. Oh, she's behind my PC. I guess if things go dark, then she decided that we needed to be offline. She just goes up to the cable and goes, whack. Yeah, maybe she wants to be a streamer too. Every day we get closer to BlizzCon, more and more excited I become. Nice. I forget, are you planning a trip? Or are you just looking forward to announcements? Because of Kira's trouble traveling in her carrier, we were careful to acclimatize our kittens to their carriers from adoption, and the one who is still a kitten snoozes in his carrier. Oh, that's sweet. What a good idea. I should take that advice too. One day. Not with you. You're a lost cause. Hi. I don't think you're ever gonna like it. She doesn't like. She knows that we're not trying to kill her. She's just not a big fan. But yeah, you have never taken a nap in your carrier. Even when we were driving here from Oregon, I don't think you fell asleep. You would just take yelling breaks. You would yell, and then you would take breaks from yelling, and then you would yell once more. Tried that with ours, but after his first abduction, no longer worked. Yeah. Some people train their cats very nicely to just kind of, like, get up and go out and do all kinds of things. And by that logic, it would be kind of like the dog. Like, Moose doesn't mind getting in the car because the vet is kind of like the bad role. Most of the time, the car means we're going for, like, a hike. We're going to visit my sister, or my mom, or my grandparents. That's always fun. Moose really loves my grandparents are nearly 90, and he's very gentle with them. He likes them a lot. I also yell on road trips. Rides in the car. My fiance's lap has a leash. Yeah, maybe with kittens, if I just like make myself take them places, then they won't mind just being up and about so much in general. But I can barely make myself take me places. I don't know if I'm realistic if I'm saying, oh man, my next cat's gonna be an adventure cat, and it's like, really? You're gonna take the cat out? You're lucky if you take yourself out with the dog. It is sometimes Herculean just to peel myself off the couch. It requires a spatula. I am first time in California. Dad and I are going together since he's the one that got me into Blizzard. Oh, you guys are going to have so much fun. Oh, that's really sweet. Hiya, Hazel and chat. Happy Thursday. Hi, Angela. Happy Thursday. We're curious here. Yeah, as a courtesy to her, I'm not going to subject her to it while she's with us. Sometimes I think she would like a kitten, and then sometimes I think it would be a perfect way to just kind of like ruin her golden years. She would be very unhappy with the intrusion upon her territory. The dog was one thing, but he's a dog. She's had those before. We're getting there. We only got one more boss after this. This isn't like the fastest thing I've ever done, but it's not awful. I can't really complain. I haven't PI'd anybody. Who wants it? You? There you go. Happy shamaning. Get two, like a bonded pair? Maybe. I think it would depend a little bit on... Well, getting any pets is vaguely dependent on money. I don't wanna take on a pet unless I'm very confident I can handle them and anything that may come up for them. And of course 2 cats is twice the liability. But I would like to have more. I would like to be set up with more of them. I've been kind of waiting for the universe to just give me a cat. Because it seems to do that for other people online. Never happened to me. The cat distribution system does not have me registered. Have successfully taught my chihuahua how to use his doggy steps to get onto the bed. Achievement unlocked. Nice. That can be so hard. Good for your puppy. Love having 2, can't do a 3rd. I've never had more than 1 at a time. I don't know what on earth I'm gonna do if they like fight, or like when they fight, or like scuffle or play fight. I'm gonna be like, are they going to... Is this murder? Felines, tell me. Are you doing a murder? Should I step in? I don't know. Maybe it's more obvious when you're in the middle of it. 2 is great. They can keep each other company, though you may die of their cuteness. I feel like a pair of them together would like conspire to torment the dog. And he can handle it because he's big and good-natured. But I feel like they'd be like conferring together, be like, okay, you get the left ear. I'll get the right one. Mine cuddle together. If one goes to the litter box, the other one goes outside, goes and sits outside of it waiting. Oh. Cat distribution system favors me for some reason. May have something to do with my neighbors refusing to spay her kitties. That would do it. That would do it. My girl cat is extremely dramatic, and when Tiny tries to play with her, she screams like she's dying without him even touching her. Oh, man. Great A kitty diva. Moose is sometimes like that. He'll be playing, and then something will just kind of like bump him, and he'll just go, hey! And then you like look at him, you're like, are you cool? And he's like, yeah, but that was kind of rude. Which is funny because he's normally made of rubber. He's normally very tough-headed and rambunctious and rough and tumble, but every now and then, I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't think he feels anything that happens to his head, though. He likes to fall asleep under the coffee table, and then he tries to stand up under the coffee table, and it goes clunk. And thankfully, it's just a wood one that's fairly light, so it can actually raise a bit when he does that to lessen the impact. It's not like a super heavy metal one, otherwise I think he would be... I think he would be a very funny shaped-headed dog. Poor guy. And then he has to, like, army crawl his way out of there. He used to be able to walk under that coffee table, but then he grew up. Honey? I think we're nearly finished this dungeon. Yeah, she's okay. I'm gonna check on her, though. I'm just gonna go take a brush over and spend a second with her. I don't think I need this ottoman. I have it already. 1 minute here. Okay, let's see here. She's okay. I brushed her for a little bit. Something we can ask about when she goes in on the weekend. Let's see. Did I get an item that was gonna give me... I'm 1 of 5 shadowed path through time. So I definitely completed the time walking dungeon. I might have to check the mail. They might have mailed me the item that you do. To turn in for your badges. Because that's why I did the dungeon. That is the dream. Hi, Hazel. Hello, how you doing? Had some characters not get it until the second one. I thought you normally see something on the time walking queue, and I didn't see anything, and that was a bit strange. Had to kill a scorpion yesterday. Was it tried by a jury of its peers? Oh my gosh. Where was it? What happened? Heading this way. A scorpion. I don't think I've ever seen a scorpion outside of the zoo. Let's see. I tried the pacifist way, you know, please leave. It was in the kitchen. Oh. Ah, there it is. Shimmering Time Warp Crystal. That's the dream. That's what you want. Scorpions freak me out so bad. Be sick if I had to encounter one, much less kill it. Yeah, they're kind of wild looking. This won't help you out in any way, but you can eat some of them. It was a thing on Alone. They did a desert one, and there were these like really dangerous, super venomous scorpions. But these people would catch them because they could eat them. Like, you could cook and eat them. And it was apparently one of the better things that they could readily find. And that you found them, it was kind of cool with like these... I don't remember what the technology was. It sort of seemed like a night vision infrared situation. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but there's some kind of a light spectrum that reflects off of them to help you see them under rocks and stuff. So you needed to be able to like shine this special light or use these special, I don't remember if it was a camera or what, but to check with this to make sure you weren't going to step on them. UV light. Yeah, maybe they had UV flashlights. Something like that. I do not know if I am doing this right. I feel like I'm not. It's okay. You don't need to be able to spell this early. You're good. First time saw one inside the house. So, I can't purge the souls because they're on the outside of things. Let's exit the Shadowlands. It's kind of funny that we were here beforehand. Let's do this. Working in this garrison campaign for a second. Wasn't a big one. Apparently it was venomous. Scary. Is that the most dangerous thing that's like liable to come into your kitchen? Barring, you know, unknown people. The bigger the scorpion, the less dangerous they are. Does that logic follow all the way through to its conclusion where there's an enormous, like, Ford F-150 size scorpion out there that's just friendly as Clifford the big red dog? Doesn't mean anybody any harm, it's just trying to take the kids to school. Use this totem. Probably saw some cockroaches once. Oh, hey, we found a thing. Yeah, I don't think I was meant to be in the Shadowlands yet. Maybe that was like a later part of the quest or something. Doesn't seem like everything I need is out here. My neighbors were moving in at that time, so maybe they were running from their house. Moving is when I see the best spiders. I feel like you get like really big bugs because they normally like hide behind stuff, but when all the stuff is gone, they don't really have anywhere to lurk and wait for things, so. I toured a couple of houses that were being shown empty that had some astonishing spiders in them. But it's okay, I didn't tell. I'm not gonna narc on them, it's not even my house. They were there first. Besides, if you do get the house, it comes with free spiders. Yeah, belongs to the spiders now, exactly. How rude to invade a spider's house. I did feel a little bad whenever I would crawl into a crawl space, because there's gonna be some amount of webs destroyed. And I'm probably not even buying the place, I'm just investigating. Nerubians for neighbors. I like having spiders in my house, I just don't want to see them. I want them to be doing their work silently and without my knowledge. Whenever I see a really big one, I'm like, that one's been eating good, which means it's a veteran of the Hazelnutty HQ pest control efforts. It's doing good work out there. But yeah, I still need them to conceal themselves from me. They must not appear outside of spider hours, or else their lives may be forfeit. Arachnophobic, but at least spiders seem to do good for the house environment. Wonder Charlotte if Charlotte's Web was a Nerubian since she can read and write. I haven't thought about that story in a long time. Might be one of those ones that gets a bit stranger the more you think about it. I'm going to think of a question to ask, and it's not going to be about the worst bug you found in your house, because that's not necessarily a conversation that we should all have together. So what else do I got? Come on, Hazel, think. Stuart Little is weirder. I remember what Stuart Little looks like. I do not remember Stuart Little's deal. Not the slightest recollection of what his problem was, or like what he was up to, or what he was doing. Love Charlotte's Web, the old animated film. The art and the music were so good. I definitely had a book. Like, I had a printed copy of a book. And then I think I've seen that film as well. Stuart Little was said to not be adopted, but born to the family. And he happened to be born a mouse. Oh dear. Imagine you're a kid in an adoption center and some family came in and chose a rat over you. Other news post Scorpion Slaying, I baked cookies. What kind of cookies did you make? I'm jealous. I've been trying to talk myself into making cookies for a whole week and I'm starting to realize I don't have it in me. I don't have the strength of character to do it right now. It's just not happening. So we only have 5 more of these chapters left. Exarch's Call is the one that has the table. Oh, this guy has a thing that he could drop me. Ah, he did. Thanks. Neat. Okay. Let's take this character home. I want to look into this Laughing Skull Orc thing. No cookies for now. I can only make chocolate chip cookies. I have to learn other recipes. Chocolate chip cookies are great. Although chocolate chips are getting so expensive that I almost can't justify it anymore. Nice reminder. Someone making cookies today should check the kitchen now. I associate home as end of stream. Nah, she's just gonna go hang out in her yard with Larry the goods vendor over here. Let's look into the laughing skull orc thing. That's what I want to do because I think that's gonna have the quickest payoff decor-wise. I think that'll be faster than doing Legion Leatherworking quests, which I will need to do, but take this character. Might need to take her back to a garrison, then fly back out to Gorgrund. Do we reach 1,000 uniques today, maybe? I don't think so. I'm at 978. But, and maybe 1, 2, 3 more. Might be at 981 because of the work orders I picked up. But I've been getting kind of 3, maybe 5 pieces of decor in a stream now. I think that 22 is a bit, even 18 is kind of out of my reach. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to get more. I took a plot in the autumn area with the yellow trees. Gave me Winnie the Pooh vibes. Plan to make my house look like Pooh's. Aww. More you have, the longer they take. Yeah. That's kind of how it goes. Especially with me. I always prioritize the easy stuff first. I want the easy wins. And then my logic is that by the time I get late in... First of all, it gives you more things faster. So your collection grows more quickly at first. But then I tend to get kind of like a second wind of collecting that happens sort of once I see like the light at the end of the tunnel. Once I can kind of see the end of a given farm, I start to feel like maybe there's hope after all. There we go. Level 2 trading post, which in theory should now let me get... I'm not going to do the auction thing. We don't need that. Oh, I am friendly. I didn't need to farm anything. I just needed to build the level 2 trading post. All right. So there's a Drenner cookpot, and there's also a Blackrock strongbox. Let me see if I'm able to transfer Apexis crystals. We need Warlords of Draenor. And I need another 1,000 of them. Oh, good. I had 65,000 of them on one of my druids, so that'll help. Deep in the 100-acre wood. Hi, Kilrip. 1 cookpot and a strongbox, please. It is true that while I do have the mount and the pet from Exalted, I clearly never did do the revered masks. Not top of my list for the moment. Later me problem. There we go. Another 2 pieces of decor. That's nice and easy. Where does that bring me? What do I want to do now? Do I want to pursue Legion leatherworking for these 3 things? Do I want to do some class all campaign questing for some of these things? We need another 16 pieces of Legion. Although one of them is just getting treasures. 33 out of 40. Maybe we should go find 7 treasures in Vel'Sharad to get the Kel'Dorai treasure trove. Maybe we ought to do that. Here, I'll leave this character here. He needs to do a couple of quests. There's 2 more pieces of decor that are on that vendor. But, I don't know. I get so confused every time I try to look it up. Let's do the Vel'Sharad treasures achievement. I think that'll be the fastest one to do. I'll take my priest out there. No cookies, but I found rye bread. I love a good toast snack sometimes. No reason to believe housing add-ons are going away in midnight. The add-on changes are affecting largely combat add-ons, things that things that work within combat real-time information. So all of these sort of like cataloging, you know, journaling, sort of UI improvement, collection UI improvement add-ons should be totally fine. Not a problem. Yeah, sure. So let's do hidden treasures. Oh, sure. Not the Legion Remix one. Treasures Valshar. 33 of 40. Head there and my priest. Handy notes can mark them. We'll see. We'll see how we do. It's actually kind of a nice piece of decor, to be honest with you. Legion. Yeah. Nice little treasure chest. Nice little night elf looking treasure chest. And then the rest of the Legion stuff I need is just class order hall based. To work on one character at a time. Do I have handy notes on? I might want it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be flying around blind, hoping that I find the treasures I'm looking for. Let's pop that on. I feel like this week is basically as quiet as downtime weeks get before we get new stuff. Like, sure, there's still Legion Remix going on, and housing and decor, of course, but I feel like this is about as quiet and low-key. Nice time to catch up on stuff. So I may or may not be able to find and or loot all of these treasures, because some of them may have been looted before and just not been tracked correctly, but we can just kind of poke around and look for all of them. See what we can do. We need 7 more. 7 more. It does say in a cave. Maybe it's a different cave. I can also stop for lumber if we see some. Big wigs and damage meters, stuff like that. Yeah. There are some really good articles and blog posts and write-ups that Blizzard has put out that kind of talk about the scope of exactly what's changing. And also why. There's another piece of it. They kind of explain the rationale for what it is that they're trying to accomplish with all these changes. This one is in an underwater cave. Am I not able to swim? Am I levitating? I'm not levitating. How do I get into the water? That's kind of funny. I've never had this problem before. Maybe there's a gap where you can kind of fall in. Hope they good DBM replacement because I'm kind of used to it. Yeah. They're definitely beefing up their in-game boss alerts. And they're also, to some extent, designing fights in a way where you don't need quite as many of them anymore. They're making things more kind of intuitive to understand just by, like, playing it and looking at it. But yeah, it's going to be a big adjustment. I think the first season is going to be awkward for a lot of people. I am stopping by to do this because I want the resources. Really gonna miss my DBM Hazel voice back. It had a good run. It lived a long life. Small cave under the inn entrance behind a building. Excited? Feels like a new frontier for WoW. I think that after the growing pains... Under the inn, entrance behind the building. It's going to be really good for the game. But we'll see. Oh, they really tucked caves in places over here. Holy moly. There's one. Time to cremate it, isn't it? Maybe one day some other project will turn up that has the same vibes. Hey, Hazel and fellow squirrels. Hi, Scumchild. How you doing? Been grinding tillers. Finally got the doghouse. So my shaman finally has a place to sleep. Nice. It's funny. Let's go see if we can find this one in Bradensbrook. So many little hidden areas. Yeah. And Handy Notes does a good job of kind of like giving you some notes usually. About what we're looking for. Inside a building, under a building, behind through the basement, beneath the floorboards of the building. Nah, these all seem to be here. Maybe they let me loot dupe treasures for this. Funny how many secret hidden caves, even some in Borealis and a ton of Suna. This was the expansion... Well, expansion or... This was right after Warlords, right? I feel like they were still trying to, like, weave secrets into every kind of corner of the world to make it feel more like the Timeless Isle. Yeah, Legion came right after WoD. WoD had a bunch of caves too, but they weren't all that hidden necessarily. Inside the dark pens. Ah. I was having fun with the caves and bastions lately too. It could be tricky. I used to have those. I don't have them memorized anymore, but I used to have those learned like a tattoo in my hand because of the Gilded Waiter. I couldn't escape it. I couldn't get away from it. Oh, there it is. Nice. That's 37. We just need 3 more. There should be 1 more in this thing. Excited for wins again soon. Definitely going to be farming mechanic. Are we getting wins again confirmed? The last I heard was that they had quietly removed it from their announcement. Do you have to buy TPC? I don't think so. I'm Googling it though. Included with the WoW sub. They might be selling some kind of a version with extra stuff on it, but you wouldn't need it to play it. It is Warlords of Draenor time walking this week. Week after pre-patch. It would be good. I would definitely... I've got a bunch of market research I can turn in if they give us another wins. Nice. Okay. So now just 3 more. We can leave this place. Wish they had Iron Docks in WoD time walking. Iron Docks. Oh yeah. It's a little. I mean, I guess it's just not part of their normal time walking rotation, but it's a tiny bit surprising that they didn't think to work on that. Just because Iron Docks has decor. Looking forward to WOD time walking. Might be an unpopular opinion, but I loved WOD. Some of the most fun that I had managing my garrison. Up we go. 3 more treasures here. Yeah, I enjoyed WOD too. Hidden in a tree? Hidden in a tree. Let's go check the trees. Also, is there one here, or is it... Did I loot this one already? Oh, there is one here. I thought I was going to have more trouble finding these than I am. Handy Notes is working very well. Nice. 2 more. Seems like any 2. Low-key loved WOD, but met my partner then, so maybe I'm biased. Yeah, the game's always going to be better when you have amazing people to play it with. That was where MOP went wrong for me, is I wasn't really like in with an active group of people. They're coming in. Yeah, the notes are coming in handy. Tree roots? Sure. Here's our tree. Oh, there it is. This should do it. Wait, it didn't do it. I'm still 39 and 40. That was the first one to not give me any credit. Okay. Let's go try this one. I was getting all excited about how it was easier than I thought it was going to be. And it was just kind of letting me loot any of them for my last handful. There's no way that I got so lucky that those past 6 are just the 6 that I happened to never loot in my history. There's no way. Just unlikely. What about this one? There we go. 1 Caldori treasure trove goes straight to the collection. Oh boy. Bags are in trouble. +1. Every +1 counts. I don't think I need some of these things. I still got a bunch of old potions that I made when I was leveling alchemy. Alright. Can take her home. That was good. We're on a roll today, actually. We're getting quite a few things. What do I want to work on next? It's just about 10 o'clock. We're only 1 hour in. I have a couple of options. Do I want to start... What is... Hang on. I have an idea. I'm going to check out the WoW Profession Guide. We're going to look for Legion Leatherworking Leveling. Yeah, there's class hall campaigns. I know. It's on my mind. It's not like I have to do all of them, but I could pick one and I could quest until I hit a roadblock anyway. Stonehide Leather. Stonehide Leather to level Legion Leatherworking. Stonehide Leather at 4 gold and 20 silver apiece. And needing about, what, 810? That's not so bad. I can try and do it without the questing, the Legion leatherworking, and see just kind of how far we get with it. Maybe we can wangle it. Maybe we can make this work. Because there's a few different things. I love how this just sits his butt on a crate in this particular campsite screen when we're not asking for him. He just plonks his butt down. All right, here's the leatherworker. So the leatherworking quests are needed to get rank 2 versions of the Battlebound Warhide armor. The rank 3 one drops from Darkheart Thicket. This might be kind of a thing. Did I even train it? Legion leatherworking. He's got skinning already. Oh, you have to give them leather to even get Legion leatherworking. Wow. Alright. That crate's so cozy. Haven't touched WoW since Dragonflight. How's the state of the game? We're kind of in limbo right now. We've got a lot of change about to happen. We're less than a week out from the midnight pre-patch, which is bringing some pretty serious changes to classes and combat. So I think a lot of people are like, it's hard to read the state of the game because it's about to change. It's like asking how you like school in the last week before you start a brand new year with like an insane new course load. It's like, I don't know, it might be good. I'm looking for stonehide leather. Just get 500 of it for now. And we'll need some storm scales as well. I'm optimistic though. The housing feature that they've just added, that's in early access right now for pre-orders, is incredible. I've done pretty much nothing but collect furniture for housing and use it since it came out. I think they could skip midnight and I'd be happy. I'll play it, but I don't need it. I'm good. Yeah, housing 10 out of 10. That's all I need. I'm all set. Curing salt, huh? Stonehide leather strips, stonehide linings. What? Huh? They want me to do what? This is confusing. It is over my head, you're right. Shave the hides, then tan them, and then cut them into usable pieces. Okay. So, at some place in here, we need to shave the hides. Ah, I wasn't standing close enough to it, that's why. Okay. My only gripe is, I wish it was more like Transmog, where you just had to unlock it once. I understand people would overload servers with a bunch of junk in their house. I don't think that's why they did it like that. That's a very, like, kind read of it. I think they want to reserve the right to sell copies for cash. But yeah, I was annoyed by that too. I would have liked to be able to place multiples of an item. Okay. These ones. This one. But it's the first version of the system. I don't know if that feature will change, but a lot of other things are going to get better over time. Mean Blizzard making us spend gold and legacy resources. Well, it's not so much those, it's when they start putting them on the cash shop for money. They're going to. It's not an if, it's a when. Love your opinion of gacha, just do your scummy thing and own it. I have a bad feeling that it's only gonna get worse, because like, it's scummy monetization is just so normalized now. There's no more blowback. People don't have any extra, you know, outrage for it. And also, they have correctly assessed that people will spend money on these things, so there's really no reason for them not to do it. So far, these quests actually aren't so bad. I was kind of worried that it was going to be a lot. Black Rook. What is they want me to do? I was kind of worried that I was going to have to do a lot of, like, going out places. Maybe I will. Yeah, alright. So we will have to go to a few spots here. Let's do Stormheim. I'm doing leatherworking quests. That's happening. Why not? It'll be worth it. It'll be fun. At least the leather's not as expensive as some of it is. Some of it's kind of spendy, but maybe we'll skin a few things while we're doing all this. Actually, before I leave Dalaran, I should talk to the NPC that wants to talk with me in Dalaran. Would be a good idea. The decor that we're going to get for this is kind of neat. Homebound, professions, leatherworking, leader leatherworking. We're after that frame, actually, that was in her house, the High Mountain Tanner's frame. And then there's also the Tauren fence. Tauren fence. Leather fence. Hi. Talked about Mount Barding. Turn it in over here. Wow, they want a lot of tanned leather just to... Hang on. Tanning mixture. Okay, we can do this. We can figure this out. What? Let's begin crafting the mount armor. It's for the Stonehide Barding. Which needs... Stonehide Barding needs... these 3 things plus 10 strips. The strips need the tanned leather. The tanned leather needs... Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it! Do I... Recently tanned hide at the workbench. She only has... She has the bench and then she has the tanning rack and that's it. The tanned leather is created by using the thing that does not say tanned leather, but says tanned pelt. It needs tanning mixture, which is a quest item that, as far as I can tell... We're gonna wowhead that. They've lost me. Does she just sell it or something? Murloc House Decor Twitch drop? Little Murloc plushie? Oh, that's exciting. Then I'll have all 3 of them. The Drafter plushie, the Murloc plushie, and the Alec plushie. It's on the workbench next to her in a little red flask. Oh, you loot it from here. Okay. Alright. So we do that. And then we can go here. It's gonna be worth it, we swear. Recipe view bugged for some recipes. These are just weird quest item recipes too, which is kind of not helping. Legion. We're getting there. So we'll make one of these. One of these. And one of these. And then the last piece that we're missing is 10 strips. Gotcha. Okay. Feel a bit of concern of making the torn leather fence. Need to skin a lot of torn to do so. I don't know that leather is the most effective material for fencing. It's good for a lot of things, but I don't know if we wanted to stand up to that kind of weather. Talk to Leo the Lioness at the pet shop. I don't know. Oh, I see. We're making pet toys. We're not going to talk to the lady at the pet shop about new sources for leather or anything. She had me a little nervous. Hi, Leo. Making the pet bed and working on a flaming hoop. Okay. I don't know that this is necessary. Oh, hang on. We need more of this. Okay. I wonder if I should have just tried making the relics of the past. I bet all this will pay off eventually. We only need to take it up to 80, although you can see that I have finished making approximately no points. I did that whole quest to learn how to make the barding, which prevents you from being dazed while mounted. In the Broken Isles. Oh, it's not mount equipment though. It's a use item. I remember that actually. I remember using that for gathering. Maybe I should be focusing my questing efforts on the quests that are giving me the armor that I'm actually going to need to level this profession. I don't know that the pet bed is going to come in all that handy for me. I'm sure it's a toy that I already have. I think we might need to go get some very cool leather bindings. That might be a good idea. At first I was going to wonder if I was getting any experience for this, but I'm level 80. All my alts are leveled. There's no experience. So now I can make a leather pet bed. For 50 leather. It is a toy. You know, you can sell them. Somebody might buy it. Alright, forget this. Let's go get the actual... We'll work on the actual warhide armor and maybe the... We need to be able to make the warhide bindings. So this is definitely where we want to start here. I hope I'm not going to regret deciding to do this. I guess if we ever do want to make the fencing, if I ever decide that I really need to use the leather fencing, we're going to be glad that we did all this. Alright. I'm going to flight path over there. Go stop in with Miss Kira. Be right back. Alrighty, let's take a look. Sometimes what I like to do when I'm working on something old like this and I'm feeling really impatient is I just pretend that it is Legion. And that my greatest dream in life is to be a leatherworker. And there's nothing else in the game I want beyond this one exalted dream. And then by those standards, you know, it's not so bad. You can one-shot all the quest mobs. You can sky ride around really fast. It's really no big deal. Not a problem. Hey. Alright, so we're here looking for hide. Oh, we're just gonna help these guys with their deaths. No problem. I don't even remember what professions I did when Legion was current the first time. It was so long ago. Sometimes I'm jealous of people that have played the same character for their entire WoW lives and also had the same professions the entire time. Like, Inksy was my main during Legion. She wasn't named Inksy yet, but that character was my main, but like, her professions have changed over time. She hasn't always been enchanting alchemy. I'm pretty sure she's had tailoring. She's definitely had engineering. Alchemy, maybe she has some history with. But even when I went to go collect alchemy decor, I was definitely missing some old expansions that she would have played through. Used to level 2 leather workers. One for leather, one for mail. There are BOP recipes. Yeah. Me too. Holy priest with enchanting and herbalism. I might have had herbalism honored at some point too. I used to really like having a gathering profession on my main, because my main is the character I tend to spend the most time on out in the world doing world quests and whatnot, and I always kind of liked the idea of just sort of passively getting like little bits of extra gold here and there from just gathering while I'm already going somewhere. Warlock main since 07, tailor enchanting the whole time. Herb alchemy paladin since vanilla. Yeah. It's you. I'm jealous of you. Still my mage from WoW Classic. He has the most exalted reps. I'm sure I would have missed out on something if I hadn't done all of the alt switching that I've done in my life. And I have stuck to a main more or less for a long time, but not forever. Not since the beginning. May as well get the extra Stormdrake skills they want me to get here. Oh, I had it. You have to be able to see the Drake to skin the Drake. I was main to Bruce, but I think I've switched races every X-Pack except for the War Within. Kept my Dragonflight main. I think Inksy wasn't always a gnome. She may have spent some time as a human. She's kind of been all over the place. This door is not a door. Maybe I am looking for somebody down the hill. I wasn't sure. The Blackrook stuff happens over there. I don't think we need to worry about that. Built to scale. I don't know if that one turns in here. Let me double check. That might be a skinning quest as well. Oh no, there's... Well, maybe. Try near the Lorna's Watch flight point. Gotcha. I think I have a total of 17 priests. It's hard for me to resist the sparkle of like a new race class combination or just like the, I don't know, a new character. I'm not as bad as I used to be for just kind of like starting different priests over and over again, but I don't know, it's fun. I like the beginning of an alt. I like coming up with what they're gonna look like and customizing them and coming up with a name. It's a good time. My main started as a Nelf and then went to a Velf and then a human and now a Coltiran. Clearly I fit fear commitment. Have you been race changing them or just re-rolling them? Trust me, gonna make a Heronir priest. Yeah, I'll have a Heronir druid for sure. Heronir priest is an interesting idea. I bet they would look really cool as shadow priests, actually. This is the wrong shop. Been race changing, same character, different races. Yeah. Alright, so we can now make a few more things. But that's not what we're up to. I wonder if they want me to get the Blackrock armor before... There's definitely more recipes. Drogbar durability in High Mountain. They may not want you to go get. I may need to go do the Blackrock armor before they give me the High Mountain one. Also, we have not been tracking low-level quests. We've just been winging it. Stick my nose in here for a second. Now we gotta go to Velshara. Man, this one's gonna be a whole project. Maybe we'll get some stuff skinned at the same time. Druids of each possible race sounds fun. I like having different druids for each spec. And druids have 4 specs, so there's plenty of that. Plenty of that going on. Even though I'm probably realistically only going to play a Resto druid. Maybe Guardian? I like Heronir, but Coltiran women with their sassy ponytails and large hoop earrings are way too me-coded to change. They have amazing hairstyles. The Earthen are my magnum opus of characters. I love the monotonous voices, models, bearded ladies, made of stone, people skill illiterate. I'm always a bit surprised whenever I see an Earthen around because I don't run into them very often. I like seeing a well-customized Earthen. They're neat. We can drop by this character, or this guy, for another 870 resources on our way over. It's an easy get. Hardest part's just flying through the forest. Does it feel like WoW is becoming a little more nerd-friendly? Oh... Well, the implication that World of Warcraft has not always been, and I'm not saying it's not true. I think I know what you mean. But the implication that World of Warcraft has not been a safe place for nerds is heartbreaking. I think that the game is getting better at representing and creating space for a wider variety of people in general. I'm really going to miss the transaction initiated. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, with the NPCs. Love making new characters too. Remix was bad for me. 4280s, all different races and combos. Ah, you got room for like 20 more. Saw Christmas Earthen. They had red crystals on the body with green Winterveil armor. Aww. Oh, this seems nice and easy. Don't tempt me. My favorite, and what I find to be the most quotable NPC dialogue that we had in the War Within that I'm really going to miss, is the kobolds. It's not junk. It's treasure. It's like right up there with my favorite thing to say. I had a lot of lines actually from raid bosses. I had dialogue sound on for most of my Undermine raiding experience, and there's a lot of Undermine raid dialogue that ends up getting kind of stuck in your mouth. You just keep saying it. No such safe place for them. Their hate is refuge. And I think the intonation of it has kind of changed over time. I think the way I say it is not the same way that the raid boss or the dungeon boss says it. But in Floodgate, the last boss of Floodgate, with like all the electricity, when he's going, more power, and it's working. The "it's working" line is so usable. Anytime you have like a harebrained scheme or any kind of plan or unorthodox solution to a problem in your life, and you try it and it starts to go well, and you go, it's working. Get really irritated when you're interacting with an NPC in a really emotional quest line, and they're sobbing, and then you click on them to end in the quest, and they do the standard racial quote. Yeah, it's jarring. I used to get that when I would do quest lines and scenarios that had you walking with like major lore characters through, you know, harrowing or like historic moments and battles, and you're clicking on them to try to turn in a quest, and in the middle of like this war in which they're losing people that are very important to them, they're like, well met. Not a line that works for everything. The fog is rolling in. It's in my head for 10 plus years. Also very usable if you live in a place that gets fog. Yeah, always manage to stay positive. It's never the wrong time to meet somebody well met. I probably could have flown back here a lot faster than flight pathed it, but I'm lazy. I wonder if I'm going to try and go for the rank 3 recipe. It drops from a dungeon, and I don't even know if it's a guaranteed drop or not. I feel like it's not. ICC when fighting Cindergosa. She screams, "Suffer mortals as your pathetic magic betrays you." Burned into my mind forever. Yeah, I must not have had speakers on for that bit. Lockenstock from Undermine had a bunch of lines that I heard way too many times. Okay, so there's those. And now they want me to make some boots. Out of leather lining. Not guaranteed. I was sad when I tried to get one to drop, was not lucky. Oh boy, I'll have to see how much gold I'm looking at to just level with the rank 2 recipe instead. For me, ICC is always the good news, everyone. That one I have. That one I know for some reason. If you get stuck, you could wait for Professional World Quest. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to see how expensive it is. Right now they want 32 pieces of leather. Goodness. Not happening. But we're not done with the quests yet. Gonna use Plater. I'm gonna see what happens to Plater and like how it feels once it's in, because some of my favorite Plater features are things that I think are no longer gonna fly. Tauren tanning. There we go. So I'll kind of play it by ear. I may end up. I don't like the new nameplates, but they maybe they'll improve. Maybe they'll improve. Trying to be patient, waiting for a rank 3 Legion JC World Quest to pop to save on mats, and that patience is running out. What did I do? I think I ground out a recipe off like Night Elves or something. Or Nightborn. Ooh, let's do this. I realized only recently that Good News Everyone was a reference to Futurama. I watched Futurama and I played WoW for 12 years. It just never clicked. It's like, this sounds familiar. You'd think I would know that too. I've also seen Futurama, although maybe not more than once. I didn't put it together either. I have sound bites from Warcraft 1 stuck in my head. Clicking on the buildings themselves triggered sounds and voice lines. You know what? That kind of orc. I love it when I use some of those really old sound files in the game. Like the peons in the starting area. The orc starting area. The ones that you're hitting with a blackjack. Work. Zug. I don't think I need handy notes anymore. We can turn it off for now. Ah, it is off. Never mind. I thought I saw something on my map, but it was probably just my lumber helper. I'm gonna stop by the world boss to get some more resources. We're gonna need them. Something need doing? Ah, and he's up and everything. Look at that. Oh, hey, I got a Legion Legendary. Wow. So exciting. After having hit every profession, can definitely say engineering is the worst of the lot for decor in terms of hitting a skill level. Yeah. Must feel good to be set up for it now, though. Kill some drug bar. I know that one of my rank 3s is going to come from... Neltharion's lair. We'll see if I have the patience to farm dungeons. I would be getting extra pieces of like the decor that drops in the dungeon directly, but I don't know if I need any more of those. Let's not forget the classic. You are not prepared. I always wondered where he was getting that read from, you know? You don't know how I prepared for this. Maybe I am. People seem to get through your raid just fine. Fortunate for a rank 3 Legion Scribe technique. Got it while farming Nighthold during Collector's Bounty. Nice. Maybe that's the one that I farmed. Maybe I wasn't thinking of jewel crafting. I did do a bunch of jewel crafting quests. I don't remember if I farmed out the extra ranks. I may have done some rep for an extra rank. I may have picked a recipe that wanted reputation instead and then done that. That might have happened. Yeah, midnight is very early March. Early access is going to be kind of end of February. It's before you know it, really. Favorite vocal stim in WoW is the gnome. Hey, how are ya? They just say it so casually. It's so cute. I find it very flattering that no matter what race you're playing and how tall you are, they are still happy to hit you with the, my, you're a tall one. Hilton out here projecting his feelings on us. Yeah, maybe you're not prepared. You ever think of that? Do I need to do this? This is just for the skinning quest. I may or may not want to do the skinning stuff out here. Hey, baby girl. Got a rank 3 blacksmithing recipe during Legion, and I never got the rank 2 one. It's just been sitting in my bank for like 15 years. It's quite the dedication to hold on to it. I'm terrible for just vendoring. If I get any recipe to drop, I just assume it must be easy to drop because it dropped for me. So I just delete it and assume that I would be able to get it back again if I ever needed it. It's faulty logic. Not a good idea. Orco standing on the rock doing nothing to no one. Thankfully the character they're on isn't hurting for bag space. Yeah. I don't know what it is. These leatherworking quests aren't too bad. Maybe I will also have fun with the class order all at once. There are some recipes where if you have the rank 3, the lower ones don't drop. That's rude. Not a fan of that. Find it hard to throw out things. Have another solo guild with a full guild bank just for my reagents. Yeah. Did I get any intact beast hides? I got a storm scale sample. I have the opposite problem. I'm a chronic thrower out of things. I will often get rid of things that it turns out I did in fact need and maybe should have held on to. I just have like ultimate and unending faith that whatever it is, I'll be able to get it back. If it came to me once, it could come to me again. But I do sometimes get myself into trouble. I need one more drog bar. They don't seem to be respawning very quickly. You don't count. Oh, they're there. Just thinking, I fixed it. There's no more drop bar here. Problem solved. Have a bunch of cat and wrath patterns that all require max skill, and I guess that's a stretch goal now. My logic is that eventually if I craft enough decor to sell, not that I'm doing that right now, but you know, one day, over time, I will get the final skill points in all these professions that way, because all of these decor recipes are like orange. Maybe it's not easy to just like crank out 20 of them, but you don't do it all at once. One at a time, a little here, a little there. During unusual times like now when everyone is leveling, crafting prices become insane. Yeah, I definitely should have held on to a bunch of stuff. It would have made things a lot easier. Hoard things in case I might need them later. They definitely give us enough storage space to hold on to all kinds of stuff. I just don't use it. I don't even have banks unlocked on a bunch of my alts. I hope I'm getting closer. I think I am. Ah, yes. On the plus side, even though you're using a druid, the mounted lumber thing looks to be retroactive, so you should be set. Yeah, give some more options on farming characters. Do they though? Well, they give lots of storage space if you don't use any of it. Empty bag spaces for ages. So, are we going all the way back to Delaware? No, we're going back to Thunder Totem. Maybe. If I can find my way out of here. This is probably the long way out. I bet you there was a shortcut somewhere. Oh well. Druid is nice for stuff like this because you've got some decent movement speed for when you get stuck, lost, endlessly circling a cave. And any lumber we pick up is going to help. We're going to need it. Learn the stories of each of the tanning racks. Okay. Oh, stalker claws. Okay, 100 of them. Okay. Wasn't paying attention. What are you doing? I am doing Legion leatherworking quests to try to collect the recipes so I can level Legion leatherworking for decor. That is the bulk of it. I did a couple other things earlier. I got some garrison campaign done. I did a time walking dungeon. I did a little treasure gathering achievement for a piece of decor, but now I'm, for the last hour or so, I think I've been doing Legion leatherworking quests. Okay. Stalker claws, you betcha. We're trying to get the Warhide Bindings recipe rank, which is from this quest I'm about to do. Because this is the quest, this is the thing that I think we're going to try and make once we get it all ranked up as best as we can. I might run, the rank 3 recipe is going to be harder. I may try a couple of dungeons to see which rank 3 wants to drop for me and then have that determine what I end up crafting. Tell us the stories you learned. Ah, they said I had to read them. They never said I had to remember anything. Once upon a time. There was a pig named Bacon. Love the quest text add-on. That is Dialogue UI. There is a add-on list right there. Should be in there somewhere. Morning, Jeff. How you doing? Happy Thursday. This is good, but it's not what I'm out here to do. Speaking of decor, is there news? The link got eaten. I can't see what it was meant to be. Oh, thank goodness we get 10 stalker claws at a time. I was a bit worried they were going to have me do an actual 100 cats here. I remember that treasure, the one that like goes over the waterfall that you have to catch up with. That one's funny. Ah, new Murloc Twitch drop. Yeah, I heard about that. When does it start, by the way? Let me look that up. Wowhead. World of Warcraft. News. January 20th. Okay, with pre-patch. Sounds good to me. 5 more days. Yeah, more cats, more leather. Every little bit helps. Oh, the decor doesn't look like I thought it would. I thought it would look like the... You know, this thing? They have an in-game model for this. And it's the one plushie that's missing. And when I heard that there was gonna be... When I heard that was how it was gonna be, I thought they would do that. This one looks different. Here, I'll drop the link. It's funny looking. It looks more like a balloon. I don't like it as much. I like the one that looks like it was made by a tailor. Maybe they'll add it to tailoring later. I don't usually watch my own stream for drops. I think you can technically. I find it's really inconsistent, so I just turn on, at some point during the drop period, I turn on someone else's stream and leave it on. You or your guild ever done mythic rating progression? Nah. We're a heroic guild. I'm a heroic raider. That's the way I like it. I don't have it. I don't have it in me. I don't have the desire. I don't have the dream. You need the dream. I am getting extra leather, but I think we can go turn these in. gonna buy so many of those murlocs. Players who have claimed this item from the Twitch drop will be able to visit Denia, Silvertongue, and Silvermoon to purchase more copies of this after the launch of Midnight, March 2nd. Do we know what murlocs eat? Looking at the rabbit like overbite on him. Don't we collect like shellfish for them in Borean Tundra? I feel like you get like clams. They like tasty clams. Although maybe they I don't know if they were for food or currency or both. Alright, so the bindings are now rank 2, which does help. The 3rd rank drops from Darkheart Thicket. So I suppose what I can do is I can run Darkheart Thicket. And try. The belt, also an option. Sightless Eyes, Dalaran Sewers. No thank you. The jerkin is probably going to be too much rep, or too much leather even with the rank 3. Maybe? Honored, huh? Are Legion reps in the count wide? No. Not so much. Although I am honored with the Dreamweavers, so maybe I pop by them just to have a look at it. If we're heading to Velshire anyway, we can just try. Sightless Eyes aren't as bad as they sound. Gilded Canary, thank you for the 12-month resub. Appreciate it. I would like to see the Flight Master. You would do great mythic rating, but exactly 20 people removes enough of the fun that for me I stop mythic rating. I'm sure I could do it if I had a good group and applied myself. There's lots of things in life that you can do that aren't a good idea. I think the group size, I understand why it's a strict group size. I totally get it. It just, I don't know. The group size and the difficulty level, I think, strips everything that is fun about raiding out of it for me. I like raiding in a flexible guild where you can show up or you can take a week off if you're feeling sick or whatever. You know, like, depending on what role you are, it may be more or less kosher to do so, but like, you know, it's a friends and family guild. People are gonna do their best, and generally speaking, in almost every scenario, everyone that does show up has a raid spot, and that's a nice place to be in. You never feel like you have to compete for your raid spot. You never feel like you are... The only time anybody ever gets benched is if we are hard stuck on progression of like the last boss. And if our raid comp is like really wonky and that's preventing us from killing it after like 3 weeks. It almost never happens. And it makes it so much more fun. So far away from the rat stallion, I'll probably never get it. What does your raid leader play? Changes. Swaps around. He's tanked. He's played mage. He's healed. I don't know exactly what he's doing this upcoming expansion. We'll have to see. I'm sure someone's told me and I've forgotten. One of those players that's really good at everything, though, so they're kind of flexible depending on what's needed in the group. So I'm going to pop in to the Dreamweaver's Quartermaster for a second. Also, I stopped to pick a lumber node and I didn't even get it. Oops. I can never remember where the Dreamweaver's people even are. Maybe it's back where I was? No. Dreamweaver's Quartermaster. Sylvia Hartshorn. I'm so close. I'm getting a map pin. She's literally like right behind me. All right, cool. Good stuff. There we go. This looks familiar. From a scale of 1 to 10, how cute is the name Uggy for a panda monk? If I saw somebody named Uggy, I don't know if I'd be able to decide if it was done as a cute thing or as like an insult. It's like a cute insult. It's like right next to Uggo. I would be confused. Maybe that's just me though. So it takes the leather requirement down to 16 from 24. That's actually pretty substantial. So right now it's 100 gold per point. We do this and we learn it. Oh, that's the wrong one. We learn this. And that takes it to 67 gold a point. Mind you, that's still kind of a lot. The bindings are only rank 2, 66 gold a point. So this was all kind of a waste of time. Let's go do a Dark Heart Thicket and see if maybe we get lucky and it wants to drop me the recipe. Yeah, some of the rank 3s from dungeons are rough drops. I could just be like giga lucky. That could happen. We won't know until we try. Let's do it on Mythic first and then work our way down, huh? This is at least a fairly fast dungeon because you can skip a boss and kind of book it through to some extent. There's also decor in here. Also, evidently, Oakheart has a mace I don't have. I don't know how that could be true. We just did remix. I guess weapons. Any good leather? Oh yeah, you do get some leather. I might skin a few things while I'm here. What about the razor beaks? Skin? Yeah. What's your verse? Oh, I don't have any. I am not currently playing Legion Remix. I have a 20% haste. Well. I'm doing Legion Professions. Yeah, you're all good. I'm doing Legion Professions for decor, basically, for housing. I'm leveling my Legion leatherworking, so I'm doing this dungeon to try to get a recipe, but also, apparently, I'm doing this dungeon to get some leather. I'm gonna need that, and it's coming just fine. There's quite a bit of it in here. And the nice thing about skinning elites is they tend to give you double leather. I'm getting 2 per bear. I don't even have particularly good Legion skinning skills. Emerald Nightmare might be a good place. Yeah. Not lead mixed. Mixed? Pre-mixed? Unmixed. Clumpy. On Remix, my highest versatility was somewhere in the 300s. I didn't super grind it. Storm scales aren't too bad. It would be nice, though, if we could get even less. Greatly reduces the materials required. That's the dream. Love collecting decor. It made me travel all over Azeroth again with purpose. They have me doing all kinds of things that I never thought in a million years they would talk me to doing again. Craziness. This stuff I don't think we can skin. Some of these they make you do, though. Really fun seeing other people all over the world again. Yeah, I think it's definitely exaggerated because housing just came out, but some level of that is going to stick around.
Watch your step.
Decor is one of those things that I think is going to be always popular. So I bet you we could. I'm gonna maybe try and skin some of the whelplings. I wonder if that's a thing. We'll try it. Are you gonna play TBC? I don't have any plans to. Yeah, new Twitch drop decor.
Watch your step.
I was gonna share the link again, but I had the wrong thing on my clipboard. I don't know if these are skinnable. They are not. Okay. I didn't need to come through here. Oh well. Uggy's my main, and I have a chicken on my back. I am so, speaking of chickens, I'm so excited for when they let us place or have mounts and companion pets in our house. I really hope they let us designate like certain zones or paths or something. I want to I want to be able to have chickens in the chicken area. A chicken Uggy. Maybe I'll get so lucky this recipe is just going to drop for me on my very first try. Wow. I guess I am getting leather. It's kind of a 2-for-1. If it was just no other benefit other than the recipe drop chance, I might get a bit demoralized about this. Good news for the drop rate in this. At least I have this one. Yeah. I guess there's some stuff to skin in here. Being a Worgen skinner is really fun. The extra skinning speed feels really satisfying. What did I get? I got the pattern! I got my rank 3 Warhide Bindings pattern. That is precisely what I was looking for. Also an extra Moonblast storage crate. Doesn't hurt. That was guaranteed, but the pattern wasn't. Wow! Good for me! Alright. Let's go level Legion leatherworking, baby. Holy streamer looks so lucky. What is the drop rate on it? How bad is it? The decor drops from dungeons are guaranteed, yes. If you're in there with other people, you might have to roll against them for it, but if you're in there yourself, either by running an old dungeon or doing a follower dungeon, you will get it. Okay, so that brings the Warhide Bindings cost down to about 37 gold per point, and takes the storm scales right out of it, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Skyreach 20 times, didn't get the table. You know what? I think I know what happened with that. There is an item. One second, let me investigate. I have an idea. Are you thinking of the Skyhold War table? Or is there something I'm missing? Because there is... This is part of the Warrior class order hall campaign. I'm not aware of any dungeon drops from Skyreach. If we go to Legion, Broken Isles... Wowhead lies, though, because it looks at everyone, not those eligible for the drop. Gotcha. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ProtoQuest. Because I see the Eridath dungeon. That's Nighthold. That's Darkheart Thicket. That one is one of the Surmar dungeons and the High Mountain dungeon. I don't think there is a Skyreach table. I think you're mixing it up with the Warrior one. Things that will drop in certain dungeons ain't in game yet. That might be true, too. It may be something that's not in yet. I'd hate for somebody to be like grinding a dungeon hoping for a drop that's not happening because it's not in yet. if I am making warhead bindings. I guess we'll just make as many of these as we can and then we'll see where we're at. Yeah, maybe they'll add it to Skyreach after launch. Recipe where I lacked rank 2. Make the rank 1 and a quest to get rank 2 should pop up. Oh. Skyreach isn't Legion. Oh, you know what? I am mixing Skyreach up with, you're right, I was mixing Skyreach up with the, Halls of Valor. Draenor. I don't have one of those either. There's one from Iron Docks and then there's one from Auchindoun. I don't see a Skyreach thing. Yeah, it may just be not in the game yet. If it didn't drop on the first try, I would say it's probably not implemented yet. The dungeon drops are not supposed to be rare drops. Some other things are, like Withered Army training. Blech. Like to see decor drops only rollable if you have not yet learned it, and if everyone knows it, then everyone can roll. That'd be a nice thought. Although I'm sure there are some players that don't collect. I guess they could pass on it. I was going to say that don't collect it at all. That would then hold up a roll. I like Withered Army training. Up to 50. We just need another 30. 270, is that right? Yeah, it is. 270 more stonehide leather. That wasn't so bad. Are you sure the Withered Army training's not 100% drop? Maybe we should run it a few more times to double check. All the wild feral heart styles look awesome on Worgen. I think this armor is just what they gave him. I don't even think I put him into it. I think this is just what he got coming out of Legion Remix. Spring grain. Yeah, probably. Sounds about right. It does look nice on him. I haven't stopped to think if there's anything else that he would be better off wearing. It's funny, you do all this work to get the recipe, and then once you have the recipe, then you're just crafting it. Although it's green now, that's kind of a bummer. Not a lot else doing, huh? Argus stuff. The Elder Horn mount. TBC boots got the communal gear. People are so sad about it. Oh, boosts. 74. So I just need 6 more, eh? We've been getting points from this sometimes. Get another 200 maybe. And then we'll have to see how much leather or lumber we need to actually make these Legion leatherworking things. I'm glad that we got to this point. I was a bit worried that I would not... that I'd spend like all day and I wouldn't really be at the point where I'm actually making any of the decor. One more point. Come on, you can do it. Yes. Okay. How many hours would you say you've spent on farming lumber? Oh, it's so hard to say. I do it in between things. I'll spend like a half an hour here, 40 minutes there, 20 minutes here, just kind of in between leveling my professions to farm up just enough lumber to make like 2 or 3 items. So it's tough to add it all up. I don't know. Have you played the game called Stray? Oh, Dr. Cat Meow, this might This might not be good news to you, but while I love cats in general, um, I bought the game Stray and I tried playing it and I disliked it so much I refunded it. I was not having a great time. I thought the cat was cute and that was about the end of my engagement with the whole matter. It's just not my style of game. I'd rather get my cat fix from my cat or spying on my neighbor's cats or watching videos of cats online. All right. Speaking of lumber, how much do we need here? We've got 34, 15, and 20. 60, 70 or so. And we already have 58. It's coming along. We can make this one just now. We have the fence post mats ready to go. And then a little bit more leather, 15 more leather. We can make the fence as well. You don't like watching a cat die when you make a mistake? I mean, to be honest, I don't know if that was my problem. I don't know, callous enough about game characters. I've gotten enough of them killed by now. Oh, cute cat videos, all AI, not watchable anymore. It was hurting me. I was looking through some cat rescues, and some of them were, like, doing great work with cats, but, like, posting the most horrific AI cat videos on, like, Facebook, being like, look at how cute this is. It's like, that's not a real cat. And it's kind of an abomination against the soul of cats. It hurts. Yeah, I'm not a fan of... I don't super love narrative and storytelling games. I'm not a fan of platforming and jumping games. I'm not a fan of puzzles. Which are kind of the three things that Stray is. Your average, let's navigate around until something happens game is not really up my alley. How do you feel about Garfield? The cat? Like the cartoon? As a character? Didn't somebody really funny voice him in like a movie? Who was the voice of Garfield? Oh, no, never mind. Bill Murray's done it before, apparently. Okay, so I need the High Mountain Tanner's frame, which means we're gonna need another dozen lumber. I'll get the mats now. I'll get the mats now. And then we'll go fly around to get the lumber as well. So I just need 25 of these. And then 5 of these. Still watch Garfield and Friends from time to time. I did a Friends rewatch earlier last year, I suppose it would have been. Garfield movie was famous for being one of the worst movies ever made. It's quite the distinction. Cat's just meowed back to my TV. Aww. Babies. How are your kitties doing? How many reps are you exalted with? It's hard to say because they'd be across a couple different characters. At least 100, because I've had the exalted title and the pure heart courser and all that for a long time. Me and my partner, who are both chronic nappers, quote Friends all the time. You fell asleep? I've seen Friends enough times that it's not that I would know every piece of trivia ever, but if there's ever anything that was like a plot line of an episode, I'm probably familiar. Doing well, adjusted to the new place, keep exploring it. Nice. Is it quite similar to your old place? Did you get something with the same layout? I am lumber farming. We were finding lots of it in Velshara. I don't know if the invasion in Asuna would matter or not. We'll see. Any of these gonna give me... No. But we don't need very much lumber here. Still 98 reps. It'll come. Plus, they're adding more. They add more all the time. Every patch we get new reps, which makes it a little bit easier to get up to those numbers. I wonder if Data for Azeroth will tell me how many reps I have. I wonder if that's information it has. Under reputations, it says ranks players based on total unique reps at Exalted. Data for Azeroth says that I have 149 Exalted reputations in my account, which is 61.1%. Apparently there's a total available of 244 and I'm at 149. So I guess I do have a number. Layout is different. 3-bed, kind of big. Less open concept, more cut into individual rooms. They did do a Friends spin-off called Joey. That I have not seen very much of. As much as I love Matt LeBlanc, I think I watched a little bit of it and it just never grabbed me. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. I wonder if I should get a little extra. I'll need it for something eventually, but maybe not. We'll just get the lumber that we need. I wonder if this is going to be the leatherworking that holds me up the most. I guess I should see what else I'm missing, actually. It might not be that much. After Legion leatherworking... Kultiran. Kultiran leatherworking might hold us up. There's a cool drum, though. What type of house are you going to build? What type of house am I going to build? My house is... I'm trying to think of a more descriptive thing to put than normal. I don't have a theme for my WoW house, if that's what you're asking. It's not really like a night elf house or a gnome house. I've just been kind of working... I've been collecting as much decor as I can, getting as many different things as possible, and then just sort of putting together stuff that feels cute. But I think I'm not that far away from redoing my house. At some point in pre-patch, I think I'm going to reset it and start it over again. Just the inside of it anyways. Alright. One tanner's frame. Let's look into, so there's five more items I need. 2 of them are Kazlagar. One of them's Shadowlands. None of my else would have Shadowlands leatherworking, would they? Maldraxian crates, only 18 lumber. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, for that one, I guess actually there's 2 things I'm going to do. Firstly, have a little look at how much it would cost. What's Desolate Leather going for? Desolate leather, very cheap. Very cheap. So I can probably just... I'm not going to worry about buying the crate. I think we can learn it. Maybe because desolate leather is so cheap, we'll stop there first. Do it a little bit out of order. If I wanted to get this character back, I guess I have a Hearthstone as well. Kultiran leather. BFA. BFA just has more points. And I feel like the mats are going to be more expensive. I guess we'll see. I need, apparently, for BFA, about 2,025 coarse leather. And BFA also had recipe ranks. So it's that same kind of thing where sometimes you need some reputation or whatnot. What is coarse leather worth? Coarse leather is almost 7 gold a piece. That is an expensive profession. We'll come back to that. We'll poke around at that in a bit. Let's pop by Orbos. I bet I can get that done in a hurry. Get a Maldraxian crate. The other option would be to just buy a Maldraxian crate somewhere. Let's see what that's worth. What do they call it? Maldraxian crate. Oh, I spelled it right. Wow. 4,000 gold for a Maldraxian crate. I might be able to level this profession for a lot less than 4k. Let's go to Orbos. Considering how cheap the leather is, anyway. Let's get 500 desolate leather. I don't know why it's so cheap, but for whatever reason it is. 500 of those. Pallid bones. 28 of those. 45 callous hides. Yeah, the Shadowlands leatherworking mats are dirt cheap. And then curing salt and penumbra thread is probably on the vendor. I have done some of the War Within professions, not all of them. Hazel, I finished Heated Rivalry 10 out of 10. I could rewatch this anytime. I loved it the first time. I loved it even more on the rewatch. I enjoyed the rewatch very much. Especially because I didn't feel like I had to pace myself. I binged it on a rewatch. The first time around, I was like, listen, I'm going to do one episode. I waited until it was like all out, so I didn't have to wait like... Actually, that's not true. The last 2 episodes I had to wait a week for. But up until that point, I would do like 1 a night. Not necessarily 2, because I didn't want to like be out of it too soon. There's only 6 episodes. It's not that long. It's so good that I'm worried that there's no way season 2 could live up to it, because season 1 was so good. Alright, Shadowlands. Let's buy some penumbra thread and maybe some curing salt. They want me to get 45 of these and 72 of these. 5 of these. Show of the year, don't need anything else but Bridgerton soon. Yeah. I think I'm gonna watch the new and final Queer Eye season when it comes out. That's happening, I think, before Bridgerton. I miss Bobby, but I actually really like the guy they replaced Bobby with. Feels like a bit of a betrayal, but he's also very fun to watch. Desolate leather gauntlets. We need 5 of these. New Game of Thrones spin-off comes out Sunday. Another one. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. And then we're gonna make some helms. How many of these? 5? Told my mom to watch it. She texted me, I'm coming to the cottage at 2 a.m. That's cute. $51 is 36. Desolate leather pauldrons. We're gonna make 5 of these. The actor that plays Shane comes from the same province as me. He's from Kamloops. So I would be proud of him anyways, just because he did a good job, but I'm extra proud by default. He's a BC boy. Desolate leather. We're at 51, so we're making crafter's marks. 15 of these. Five of these ish. 70. We start making heavy desolate leather. We only need to get to 80, so this should do us. This is not the last profession I need to do. Blacksmithing is the last profession I need to do. And I think blacksmithing could get very expensive in a way that makes me actually go out and start mining. That is entirely possible. Alright, so I have the rug. I need the crate. Which means I need 18 Arden lumber. Which I think we can just go get. I think I can just go get it. Let me take a dungeon portal. Be faster than flying there. Blacksmithing had to spend the most on. Jewel crafting was pretty expensive. There were some points of alchemy that actually got quite expensive too, which I didn't really expect. Some of the inscriptions, but I think blacksmithing's gonna be the worst. That's why I saved it for last. Engineering would be bad as well, but I bypassed engineering because I just recorded all of it from Flabby. Alright, we need 18 lumber. And then we will be up one crate. We're doing great though. We're crushing through decor. Starting to get a little close to being caught up in the profession stuff. Actually. Starting to look real tight through here. This is looking good. Eventually it'll be just that last thing missing for alchemy. What would you do if Flabby quit WoW? I'd have to work a little harder, that's for sure. Be very sad. I don't know if Flabby would ever completely quit WoW as long as I was into WoW. He might play seasonally. He definitely likes playing other games in the off-season. But I think as long as I'm raiding, he'll be raiding. Are you excited for them to add more stuff? I was just thinking that. I was thinking the moment that I feel caught up, the moment that I start to feel caught up with profession decor, they're gonna add more, which is fine. We want stuff. We like decor. More to collect. For Legion Blacksmithing, since you need so many demon steel bars for decor crafting, craft that first until it turns gray and then switch to guides. That's a good tip. I'll see if I can remember that. Saving all the mats I can because I don't know what I'll need for midnight decor. All of these characters are going to have to get leveled a bit, or at least taken to Silvermoon in midnight to actually, like, you know, for the first time I think I'm going to want to level every profession in the next expansion. Maybe not, like, to the point of using all of them. Leveling something from decor is pretty different from setting it up to actually use because it's a question of whether or not you want to grind knowledge points. I sincerely hope they don't get any big ideas about hiding decor recipes under any knowledge points. We don't want that. Let's not do that. Let's just keep it just how it is. It's great. Plushies are my most favorite thing to look forward to. I'm gonna sell all my mats for midnight. I'm gonna have to figure out who my herbalist is. I thought it was gonna be Petal Bloom because she's a druid and she's a High Mountain Tauren. So she'd make a really good gathering character. But, like, am I going to have her set up so she can go gather in midnight? I don't know. Maybe? Shadowlands leatherworking was really chill, though. I think a lot of the cost was just in buying, like, the vendor thread because it's so expensive, but I still think we're under, like, 2K. Probably. She could be your PvP character. Yeah. I don't know about all that. If I'm gonna PvP on a druid, it's gotta be a night elf. I like shadow meld too much. I can't live without it. I got so used to having shadow meld. Alright, we have enough lumber. Let's get a little bit of oxine ore. Make this crate. Nice. Yeah, clean out his bags. They're bad. Been PvPing my feral druid. It was fun. Nice. Yeah, druid's great for PvP. They've got so many cool little bits of utility they can use. Alright. Am I about to undertake Cultier and leatherworking? I might. I might. Here we go. I think these things are too expensive. Otherwise, Sandalari Ritual Drum? Morgan, thank you very much for the 13-month resub. Wow! Appreciate it very much. They might add more old world recipes. I don't know that it's like confirmed. Somebody somewhere actually is selling a ritual drum for 5k gold, which seems kind of crazy because it's, you know, leveling aside, 40 lumber. Let me check on the diplomat's banner. Yeah, 5k gold. You know what I'm gonna do, actually? Given the cost of leather for leveling Cultier and leatherworking, I'm gonna shop this one out. 10,000 gold, and we're done with the whole business. Wonder if I want to do PvP this next X pack. Dragonflight was my gnome frost mage, or within. All about my goblin warrior. Goblin warrior's so cool. Shopping alts. Also love the small races for PvP. Harrier will be a shaman. It's cool hearing about what everybody plans to make for their Harrier alt. I kind of thought we would all be druids, and I'm sure some of us will be. That's definitely kind of like what I have in mind. But I've heard someone planning a priest. You're making a shaman. Somebody might do like a hunter. This is an excellent price for a ritual drum. So we're doing it. And then this is not bad for a banner. Couple of people undercutting each other. Good for me. Here we go. We're done with Cultier and leatherworking. I think we would have spent more gold than that getting it leveled. So I'm happy to do that. That brings us to just Castlegar left for a couch and a rug. Once again, I'm gonna just kind of do a little search here because I think Castlegar leatherworking. Let me see. The leather might be cheap. Might be kind of annoying to level though. The couch can be had for 5k gold. The rug can be had for 3.5. So yeah, for 8.5 I could just bypass Cultier leatherworking as well. Have a think here. War within leatherworking. Let's kind of squinty-eyed price it out. Storm-charged leather. 1,000. 305 gloom, chitin. Sunless carapace. You know what? No, it's gonna be pretty cheap. We'll do it. We'll level it. We won't buy them. Are you happy that realm hopping is rewarded in this way? I'm happy that I can do it and save gold. If they're gonna allow it to be done, as it has been able to be done for a long time, it's nice to be able to do it without needing 2 accounts. For a long time, that was something that you could do if you had 2 accounts to take advantage of trading the gold to yourself. So being able to warbank it just kind of makes it more accessible. Alright. Lamprey, you're up. We're leveling Cult here and, or pardon me, Kaz-Elgar leatherworking. We're not gonna stress too much about skill points. As best we can. I was considering a Hair-Near Shaman as my main, but I don't know if I like him more than Dread-Eye. I could just do a couple portals to get here. No more self-mailing and forgetting which alt you sent the mail to. Yeah. I used to have the worst time remembering my own alt's names. And that was part of the reason why I did an alt purge in the first place, was so I could delete all of my characters that had very similar names that I could not remember, like the variations of how they were spelled. And then to give them like distinct, unique names that I had a better chance of remembering. Things that are closer to real words. End is finally in sight. Legion JC is waiting on a world quest. War within JC, 7 days. Finish up War within Inscription and they're all done. Nice. Yeah, you're so close. Debating buying the second tab for 25k. You might be the only person I've met more conservative than me on that one. I have 2 tabs, but I've held off buying a 3rd. And I thought I was being pretty stingy. Depends though. If you're not filling up your first one, then you don't need it. Got all 4. Wish I could afford the 5th. I'm gonna need some of the gold for unlocking transmog outfits. Alright, let's buy our mats. $340 of these. $305 of these. Four of these, and then 6 Thunderous Hide, apparently. Not too spendy. I have 3. I think a 4th would be helpful, but I am too cheap. Did you get my Druid's Class Hall Mountain original one? Yeah. It's nice. Yeah, right. One of these. And one of these. They want me making a bunch of different things. Which I suppose is understandable. I think a lot of the gold is going to come just from training the recipes at 64 gold a pop. It's nice that these give you like 3 points per craft. Appreciate that. Leather jerkin, chitin hauberk. high seeker's pack. Maybe I make 2 of these. Oof! That's a lot of gold. Alright, so we're 25, and then we can unlock a specialization. Make these before they turn yellow at 30. A Spelunker's Practiced Sash. A Toughened Girdle. And then the mitts. And then you make the Gem Cutter's Apron. A lot of different things. Apothecary Cap. Followed by the Steelsmith Apron. Yeah. I think we're only like 1,000 gold in the whole worth of materials, but we're probably 3 or 4k on recipe costs over here. Tracker's Toughened Shoulder Guards first, and then the Spelunker's Shoulders. And then we're doing Tracker's Toughened Links, and then Practiced Breeches. Oh yeah, I can make drums. 56 to 62 is the hat. No, not a Thunderous Hide somehow. Oh, I probably, it's because I went off script. I don't know how many of these I'll need. I'll just get an extra 10. And then Toughened Headgear. Nearly there. Make around 11 from one of them. The hat or the headgear. 110, 58 this one. But I only need... So this is just to get to 70. So I just need 8. $210 of these. And then like what? 8 of these? Gets us kind of sort of close. I haven't picked a specialization yet. It's possible that that's going to give me some kind of a skill point for leveling. Leg armor kits, huh? Leg armor kits need resources. Optional reagents, like the armor bandings. You end up a bit short of acuity. I just need 12 more points. What should I do? Patron public and personal crafting orders to get skill points for profession equipment because it would be a huge waste to use your own artisan's acuity for tools that you won't use. Are there crafting orders that I can take that will give me... Ooh, honor. I wonder if it's worth it for the knowledge points. don't know. So we're at 68. They want you to make, I mean, they want me to make a few more of these just to get to 70, but that's still not really going to help me. I suppose we can. We're going to be like 10 skill ups short of where we need to be. And I might be able to get there with crafting knowledge. Let's... These things need sparks. I do have, like, loads of extra sparks. Let me think here. We could pick an item that just has low cost to craft. Some of these guys are like 900. That one is 600. Mail belt. So I could specialize in that. Just like a regular glyph-etched binding. We could go into concrete chitin bindings. Alright. Let's see if we can get there. Glyph-etched bindings. Okay. So we can now make them. They do require sparks. This is kind of like the problem we ran into for Dragonflight. But I only need to make like 3 of these. I think my priest might, or maybe even some of my other alts, might have some extra sparks. As annoying as this is going to be, it might be the move. Wait, I can't. I'm not on the same realm. Uh-oh. Does that matter? I don't know if it matters or not. I'm not in a guild. With this character is both not in my guild. I guess if I joined my guild, that would kind of solve my problem. I'm not in the same realm. Lamprey is on a weird server. So I don't know if I can send myself a direct personal order. Yeah, you could do a guild order, but he's not in my guild. Yeah, he's on Earthen Ring. Interesting. That's kind of annoying. I probably should have just bought this stuff. I'm too deep now. Easy fix to me? Is it? I don't know. Nobody's been on in my guild for a long time. People might come back for midnight. Can I invite myself somehow? I don't know. This might turn into a later me problem. We got about 10 minutes or so left here. I think we should maybe check in on a couple of our alts. See if they need to do any missions. Applying the guild screen. I think that's only if the guild is like available for applications. We're not listed, and I don't think we want to be. Too late. I'm on that one too. I have alts across not all but most RP servers now. Ran out of sparks? Well, he doesn't have any sparks in the first place. He could make them for himself if he gets his sparks. But I don't think it's like Dragonflight where they're just gonna like give them to him. He might have to actually do content. I don't know how I feel about that. They might make him do something. He would need 4. He'd need to make it 4 times to get the 10 skill points. Get the quest? I can try. Because that would help if he could make them for himself. then he doesn't have to worry about going off server. The reason I was going to use my priest is because I'm sure she has extras just like in her bank and stuff. Where did Lamprey go? Here he is. I know in Dragonflight they just give them to you, like extra sparks. Thing that lets you turn gear into tier. Yeah, the catalyst. I know what you're talking about. I'm just not sure if they're free. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think they give them to you. I think he would get them pretty quickly if he went and started doing like weeklies and stuff. And maybe that's what I'm going to end up having to do. I need, you know, I need resonance crystals anyways. I still have more decor to get from Koresh. Now in Dragonflight they just give you 5. I don't think they hook you up quite so nicely. The pinnacle caches might do me. I'm a bit surprised that there wasn't a delve option for that. We're talking about sparks though, not catalyst charges. It's true that you would need to try to catalyze something before it'll show you your points. Yeah. I'm trying to cobble together the last 10 points I need of Kazalgar leatherworking. Brawlers Guild. No, thank you. Sure, this has been discussed, but I cannot wait for that cute Twitch drop. It's gonna be so good. World Soul. I have a Call of World Soul. And I have the Delve one. Does he not also get the one? Maybe he hasn't lived long enough to get the one where the Titan artifacts one. Titan fragments. This is a dungeon quest. Savage path through time in the arena. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe he has it already. Guess he has a chance to get crackling shards. And you can get some lumber while he's doing all this. I know they give you catch-up sparks like nobody's business, although he's also going to need Valor Stones. Although those are transferable. You can pull Valor Stones. I could pull Valor Stone Cap if we wanted to. That'll be fine. Uh-oh. Oh, for the disc one, they want me to go do the intro quest for it. It's a good thing I still need resonance crystals for decor, otherwise this would hurt more. I'm missing some stuff from Koresh. If I do the weekly with delves on Kazalgar or on Isla Dorn, we could maybe get crackling shards. I need 3 more crackling shards for Elenir. I have to decide. We're kind of coming up to midnight. I need to decide. if I'm going to do it before midnight or not. And if I'm going to, I need to just suck it up and hop to it. It's not going so good. Not something I can just hope will be finished eventually, because you know, as soon as I'm not out here anymore, there's no chance I'm getting any more shards. I haven't even really been doing... For a while I was doing Kazalgar rares every day. Not even really up to that anymore. I think we can abandon this. I don't need the assault in Asuna. At least you get a bit of gold for doing the weeklies as well. Doesn't hurt. You could try spamming the weekly for 1 delve in tier 1. Yeah. You will get gold. It's nice that you can do both weeklies at the same time. These Titan Disc fragments drop in delves. No problem. And this guy's from Remix, so he's got, I'm level 655. Something. Torn map becomes such a mess. Oversparked operation. Oh, he has a coffer key. I don't know where he got it from. Doing a bountiful delve wouldn't hurt, even if it's not gear that he needs, just for the achievement for doing like 500 bountiful delves. I have not done very many of them. Trying to get myself interested in doing more weeklies just for the gold. Literally don't need anything else. Are there any pieces of decor for resonance crystals that you would want copies of? Gold world quests have been sparse. It feels sus. Yeah. Do you think they're weaning us off? Trying to get us used to not having it so that, so that people feel better about War Within, or pardon me, Midnight ones. Still have a stockpile of crystals. Gotcha. What's that like? Oh, this one. I wonder if this will be fast because it's a tier 1 or if it'll be slow because it's Fungal Folly. Have to get that 4th chair from the Wither before Lee makes sense. You can, if it's any consolation to you, you can totally do it in retail as well. That's an option. But yeah. I admire your persistence for farming out that many chairs. Wish I could exchange it for gold. Your gold total less than 50k! What happened? Do you need a loan? Can you afford groceries? Your gear breaks and you're like, well, why repair it? We're gonna get an upgrade soon anyway. Just let it be broken. Yeah, profession's pretty spendy. I don't have a number for how much I've spent on them, but I'm sure it's not pretty. I need to remember I do not need the curios, we just need batteries. Yeah, this is not the finest of the Fungal Folly stories, but it'll be alright. Just being a lone shark against channel rules. I'll write you an exception. Also, no, I don't think so. Come on, Crackling Shard, where are you at? It's okay, I know I'll make it back in the first month of midnight, like double or triple. Do you like early expansion, like gathering? Do you like herbing and mining, or what's your go-to? Plans to double gather. Nice. I can't believe how soon it is. Time just does not wait for anybody, I guess. That's okay. This one's actually going okay. I thought this was going to be a really slow delve, but it's not the worst I've ever done. I've definitely been lost in side street sleuths for longer than this. Mind you, it's not going to finish my weekly, but maybe I'll get a half a spark. We only need 8 of those to get the Legion leather, or the leatherworking skill up, so we need not Legion. We did Legion leatherworking. I don't know what to main for midnight. I've been playing 3 classes for the past few years all the time. Want to change scenery? If you've never been a flavor of the month person before, you could always try it. You could try being a demon hunter for Devourer. Do the new spec. New specs are almost always OP in their first couple seasons. Hard to decide a main right now. Yeah. What are your thoughts on account-wide gathering? Lumber made me think we could see gathering go account-wide. Your tunes share a talent tree. It would be a pretty surprising change. It would be convenient as a gatherer. It would definitely drive down prices in general, though. Your gathering wouldn't be worth as much. Must have a battery on me. I think it's easier to main multiple characters now, so it can be kind of hard to decide which one to dedicate yourself to. Yeah, I bet increasingly more people have a hard time even answering the question of like, well, what is your main? I know people that bring something different to raid every week. Warlock is so on the table for me for season 1. Thinking about Warlock or Unholy DK? Warlocks look really cool. Almost 400 days in my hunter. Then 100 days in paladin, so I want something a little different. Yeah, caster sounds like it could work for you. Been locked since vanilla, midnight beta, they are not disappointing. Yeah, so you get a fractured spark. Get some transmog. Don't like Affliction, only play Demo and Destro. Are they any good? Trying to wrap myself up too much in the identity of a main. Yeah, it's nice if it's serving you, but if it's just kind of stressing you out. Alright. I got 2 halves somehow. Maybe another one dropped. So you combine those with your Valor Stones. And now I can make... Here, I'll go make one of the thing. It'll be worth 3 points. 1 glyph edged binding. What's funny is I'm making mail armor and I can't even use it. If I'd gone into leather... If I had gone into leather armor, I would have been able to like wear it because the spark would have been relevant. It doesn't really matter. We're replacing all of this gear in like a week anyway. Or a month or whatever it ends up being. Also looking into a new main. If I could convince myself to PvP on a druid that could herb, mine, and lumber between matches would be set. I always get stuck trying to figure out what race to make a new character, especially if it's something I'm thinking about playing a lot. And for a second I thought, this backpack is kind of terrifying. Like, I know it's, I guess, the skinning or the leatherworking one, but, like, my goodness. I was like, oh, it's cute. He's got a teddy bear backpack. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. There we go. 3 points. Every new spark, we can do it again. Once we get to 80, we can just make the stuff. Not a teddy bear at all. Oh dear. Alright. I think we're wrapping up for today. Tomorrow is Friday? So I'll be back normal time tomorrow, but Saturday I'm gonna be either late or gone, we'll have to see. But tomorrow sounds like we're doing maybe a bit more, maybe we'll get into class campaigns. I think that'll be good. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Appreciate you spending this time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.